This video made possible by csgopher.com, advanced Counter-Strike statistics. Welcome back everyone to Betting Made Easy for September 10th, 2014. We have 6 matchups for you guys today. In the top left corner of your screen, you can see all my predictions for today, but I recommend listening to this entire video to realize why I predicted that, and if you should bet or not. Please do not follow blindly into the predictions, as I am not responsible for if you lose your skins. But let's get right into this. Match number 1, we have Justus Pro versus Cloud9. It's the best of 3 on CEVO to be determined. This is on the CEVO semifinals, so whoever wins this goes to the LAN finals for CEVO, which is actually a pretty big deal because there's like 10,000 on the line. So Cloud9 is probably going to come to play. That being said, Justus Pro is 2-3 in their last 5 matches. Cloud9 is 2-3 as well. Again, Cloud9 has played much more difficult opponents, losing twice to iBuyPower in those 5 games, so it's really difficult to assume they're in the same state. Lineup number 1 for Justus Pro, we have Planks, Floki, AGM, LEIGE, I have no idea, PTR. And lineup number 2 for Cloud9, we have Nothing, Shroud, Sean Garris, Hiko, and Semphis. The head-to-head matchup, Unavailable, and odds on CSGO launch are 12 to 88. My personal odds for this matchup, 10 to 90 in favor of Cloud9 as well. My recommendation for you guys, skip this. The risk is not available because you shouldn't bet. I'm not betting, you shouldn't bet. Please don't be dumb. And my bet, none. Now, the reason I say don't bet is because the odds are too skewed to be worth betting. So you'd have to bet like $240 on Cloud9 to even make anything. And then that's like a huge risk, because if Justus Pro, this like sort of, you know, unnamed, unknown team that doesn't really have that much research behind them, just comes up to play, they could dominate Cloud9 before they even have a chance to react. And then boom, there goes $240. So no thanks. The highlights for this matchup, if you are going to watch though, Hiko, Floki, and Nothing. Match number 2, we have, so I can get it here, Ninjas in Pajamas versus Hellraisers. This is a best of 1 on Overpass. NiP is 3-2 in their last 5 matches. Hellraisers are 1-4. Lineup number 1 for NiP, we have Freiburg, Forest, Exist, Fifth Laren, and Get Right. Lineup number 2 for Hellraisers, we have Doja, Kucher, Markelov, Simple, and Angel. Head-to-head matchup, NiP is ahead 4-1. Odds on CSGO Lounge are 75 to 25. I personally give this matchup an odds of 80 to 20. My recommendation for you guys is skip. The risk is not available because you shouldn't bet. And again, guys, a lot of the matchups today, the odds are just really unfavorable, and they're kind of toss-ups slash could be upset. So I just really don't recommend on betting. There's only one matchup I recommend on betting today, and I'll get to that shortly. Anyways, point number 1, NiP is in a very weak spot right now. So there's the potential for Hellraisers, which is a team who's like infamously known for upsetting these top tier teams like completely out of nowhere. There's spontaneous destruction on maps. So, and who knows, they could be professionally practicing Overpass. Running out of words. Hellraisers has never won a pro match on Overpass though, that should be stated, and the odds are not really good for either side, because again, you're gonna have to bet like huge on NiP to win, but then if you're betting so big, then Hellraisers could have this crazy upset. But then if you're betting on Hellraisers, it's just not, I don't know, it's a really bad dynamic to be in, so I don't recommend getting yourself in there. If you're going to watch this match though, the highlights, Get Right and Freiburg. Match number 3 of Ninjas in Pajamas versus LDLC. Now, this should be noted, this is the new LDLC lineup, the EU super team sort of. This is the crazy combination of Titan, LDLC, and Epsilon players. This is a best of 1 on Inferno. Lineup number 1, we have Get Right, Freiburg, Forest, Exist, and Fifth Laren. Lineup number 2, we have MBK, Shocks, Smiths, Happy, and Kiyoshima. Head-to-head matchup, not available. Odds on CSGO Launch currently are 45 to 55 in favor of LDLC. My personal odds, I give this a 35 to 65. My recommendation to you guys, low to medium on LDLC. Risk is low to medium as well. My bet, $4 on LDLC. LDLC is supposed to be the new EU super team, and they have the absolute firepower behind it. These are like crazy players, and hopefully we'll eventually be able to rival Fnatic so we can get some crazy good games over in Europe. NiP are in a really bad spot right now. They're not playing bad, they just haven't been able to get into that that crazy NiP mesh that we know them for. Point number 3, traditionally Titan, which is 3 of the members on LDLC, fared pretty well on Inferno, so it wouldn't be surprising to see them perform similarly. Highlights for this matchup, MBK, Shocks, and Get Right. So matchup number 4, we have Fnatic versus Virtus Pro. Fnatic is of course 5-0 in their last 5 matches. VP is 3-2. This is the best of 1 on Cash. Flusha. Lineup number 1 for Fnatic, Flusha, Pronax, Krims, Olafmeister, and JW. Lineup number 2 for VP, we have Pasha, Bialy, Snacks, Taz, and Neo. In the head-to-head matchup, Fnatic is ahead 4 wins, 1 tie, at 2-0 losses to Virtus Pro. Odds on CSGO launch are 76-24 in favor of Fnatic. My personal odds for this matchup, 80-20 in favor of Fnatic as well. My recommendation to you guys again is to skip. The risk is not available, as I'm saying you should skip. I am not betting on this, and the reason for this, Fnatic is on fire lately. But with a huge but, yes, they did 3-0 Virtus Pro 2 days ago, and yes, they did beat them on cash. But for those of you who did not watch the game, Virtus Pro came out swinging with a 12-3, and I'm pretty sure this is on Faceit. And my CSGO lounge is just dying all day today. Virtus Pro versus Fnatic. It is on Faceit, so that comes down to a knife round. So if, and this is a pretty big if Virtus Pro wins that knife round and they get another 12-3 CT side, it's not unforeseeable to see Fnatic losing this matchup. So that's why I say do not bet. The odds are not that good. You'd have to, again, go all in on Fnatic to be worth anything. And then there is always that case. So Virtus Pro wins the knife round, and then they just have this crazy upset, and there goes your skin. So let's not have that happen. Highlights for this matchup, JW, Flusha, and Bialy. Match number 5, we have Titan versus Epsilon. Titan is 4-1 in their last 5 matches. Epsilon is 0-5. This is a best of 1 on cash once again. Lineup number 1 for Titan, we have Kenny S, Apex, Kaylee, Maniac, and Existence. Lineup number 2 for Epsilon, we have GMX, FXYO or FX0, or Foxyo. There's a few different ways to pronounce that. Scream, SF, and Uzi. The head-to-head matchup, Titan is ahead 2-0. The odds on CSGO launch right now are 75-25. I personally give this match an odds of 75-25 as well. My recommendation, again, is to skip. And the reason for this, Titan is the better team. Titan should win this. But because it's, again, on Faceit, so the knife round could really determine who gets CT side. And then Epsilon, they have the potential. They have really, really strong players that could turn this game on its head. And if they get the CT side and they 12-3 or 11-4, it could spiral out of control. And then, boom, there goes your skins again. Highlights for this matchup, Kenny S, Apex, and Scream. Watch for those one-taps from Scream. Oh, baby. Match number 6, we have Dignitas versus Hellraisers. This is the best of 1 on Nuke. Dignitas is 4-1 in their last 5 matches. Hellraisers are 1-4 as well. Lineup number 1 for Dignitas, we have Device, Dupree, Fetish, AZ, I think it's AZ, and Zipnix. Lineup number 2 for Hellraisers, Kucher, Markelov, Doja, Simple, and Angel. Head-to-head matchup, Dignitas is ahead 2-0. Odds on CSGO Lounge, 74-26. Personal odds, I give it almost identical, 75-25. I try and round it off for you guys just so you get like a generic figure, not like a specific number like that. Recommendation, again, is to skip. And the reason for this, it's the same kind of scenario. It's a best of 1 and it's on Faceit. So, and Hellraisers, again, is known for beating these top tier teams out of nowhere. Where they, like Hellraisers has performed really, really weak. All of a sudden, they'll just have this crazy upset in like 16-2 or 16-3 someone. And then you're like, okay, well, there goes my Op Asimov. And we don't ever want that to happen. So, and again, Faceit League, I like that they'd start with the knives, but it's an unpredictable kind of RNG thing unless the teams are starting to practice more and more knife rounds, which I'm imagining they are. Like I said, Hellraisers could randomly step up and the odds aren't favorable. Highlights for this match up, Device and Dupree. Alright guys, that actually brings us to the end of Betting Made Easy for September 10th, 2014. Good luck, easy skins, easy life, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Unrelated, some of you guys have been asking to see my bets and what I've won, so here are today's rewards. This is my total collection of skins I have right now. And once we switch over here, this is the bets I have placed for tomorrow's matches. The one was supposed to be for today, but it got postponed. All right, peace.